Good day, everyone. Reading of the Philippine history. I am James Macias and I am the reporter for the Section 3. Section 3 is The KARTILYA ng Katipunan by EMILIO Jacinto. Before talking of this, the KARTILYA ng Katipunan, this section sheds light on EMILIO Jacinto's KARTILYA ng Katipunan, which enumerates the guidelines and also the guidelines that the new members of the Katipunan have to follow. The KARTILYA serve as the guide of the Katipunan. It contains different teachings that the members were required to adhere to. So on that teaching of the KARTILYA ng Katipunan by EMILIO Jacinto, we're going to tackle that in the last part of this video. But before that, let's know first who is EMILIO Jacinto. Let's talk about his background. Okay, so regards to the historians, EMILIO Jacinto was being called as the brain of the Katipunan. He is the brain of Katipunan. EMILIO Jacinto was born in Trozo, Manila on December 15, 1875. His father was Mariano Jacinto, who according to Zaid was a bookkeeper, but according to E. de los Santos was a merchant. His mother was Josefa Dizon, was a manghihilot, or also called as midwife. EMILIO Jacinto studied at the private school of Maestro Ferrer and later at the private school of Jose Dizon. He was enrolled by his uncle at the Colegio de San Juan de Letran for his bachelor's degree. And he later transferred to the University of Santo Tomas to study law. So her law studies, he studied that into the University of Santo Tomas. He used the pen names Pinkyan. So the pen that he is using is called Pinkyan. Pinkyan, Dimasilaw, and Kaelyong. So that are the pen that he is using, the Pinkyan, the Dimasilaw, and also the Kaelyong. He joined the Katipunan in 1894. He joined the Katipunan in 1894 and was the youngest member at age 19. So he is, as he joined the Katipunan, he is the youngest member of them all because he is still 19 years old. He was the fiscal, the secretary, the editor, and latter general of the Katipunan. So that was his position. He became as the fiscal, the secretary, the editor, and also the latter, and last, the general of the Katipunan. He also became as the director of the printing shop and library of the Katipunan. The library contained written works on tactics and weaponry. So, the French Revolution and works of Demagogist. Jacinto was proclaimed Generalismo of the North, also known as Punong Hukbo sa Hilagaan. He also became as the advisor of the Supremo and furnished Bonifacio with weapons, money, printing materials, and musical compositions. So, EMILIO Jacinto was also the editor of the newspaper called Kalayaan. Suddenly he died on April 16, 1899, and that is because of malaria at the age of 23 years old. So he's so young when he died. No, when he died. He is all young because imagine he is just 23 years old, and with that composed of years that he is part of the Katipunan, starting from 19 years old up to 23 years old. So almost 5 years old, if I'm not wrong or mistaken. He served in the Katipunan with a lot of positions, a lot of contributions that he did to the group. So the historical background of KARTILYA, as we know that the KARTILYA ng Katipunan is the section 3 was made by EMILIO that also composed of different teachings. So, as a background that in historical, Andres Bonifacio long wanted to have a codified document listing. So, Andres Bonifacio is wanted for that. The duties and responsibilities of every member of the Katipunan. Incidentally, as Bonifacio was drafting the said document, Emilio Jacinto was writing one as well. By the time that Bonifacio was about to consult Jacinto for comment on his draft, the latter presented by his work to the Supremo. After seeing the draft of KARTILYA ng Katipunan, so as Bonifacio saw the KARTILYA ng Katipunan by Emilio Jacinto, Bonifacio was impressed. He was impressed with Jacinto's style of writing and decided to adopt the KARTILYA as the guide book for the rules and regulations of the Katipunan. So that was Bonifacio was impressed of his writing, the writing of Emilio Jacinto. Aside from the maltreatment experienced by Filipinos from the Spaniards, the following are the order factors that were influential in the forming of the Katipunan and that of KARTILYA. First, we have the Age of Enlightenment. Second, the French Revolution. Third, the Masonry. Fourth, the propaganda movement. Fifth, the La Liga Filipina. So that was that are the following factors that were influential in the forming of the Katipunan and that of KARTILYA by Emilio Jacinto. So, as I said that there are different and lot of teaching about the section 3, the KARTILYA ng Katipunan by Emilio Jacinto. So this time we're going to tackle that different teachings of Emilio Jacinto or the KARTILYA ng Katipunan. So first, it states here, the teaching of the Katipunan, the Katipunan Code of Conduct by Emilio Jacinto that was being adopted by by Andres Bonifacio rather. So first, it states, the life that is not consecrated to a lofty and reasonable purpose is a tree without a shade, if not a positionless weed. So, the first code of conduct simply tells us that we must have a purpose. We must have a purpose-driven life. We must know how to set our goals and find meaning to our life, because without knowing our purpose, we will suffer from unwanted situations. That was the first code. Second code, to do good for personal gain and not for its own sake is not virtue. The code number 2, this means that we must not be selfish. We must not be selfish. We must do good, did not to earn praises, but to show it with our whole heart. Because a deed done only for fame is not worthy to be called good. Then the third code says it is rational to be charitable, correctable, and love one's fellow creature, and to adjust one's conduct, acts, and words to what is in itself reasonable. So the third code, it gives us the real definition of true act of kindness. Being kind is simply seen by the service and love one give to his or her fellow man without asking anything in return. The fourth code, we have, whether our skin be black or white, we are all born equal. Superiority in knowledge, wealth, and beauty are to be understood, but not superiority by nature. So the fourth code highlights equality. Equality. Everyone is asking for equality, facing for equality. Just like I just answered here, in part of the LGBT community, always asking for equality. So it is part of the code of teaching of the Kartilya ng Katipunan by EMILIO. No? We are all born to be equal, no matter what race, status, and educational background we have. Our society may have divided us into groups, but we must all understand that no one is superior of anyone. Wow, very nice section. Section number 5. The honorable man prefers honor to personal gain, the scoundrel gain to honor. So it states, a good person must understand that honoring oneself also means he or she values honor rather than personal interest. True honor means having a high moral standard behavior. The 6th code, it states, to the honorable man, his word is sacred. The Rule 6 tells us that we must be a man of our own words. Whatever said must be done. We must do things that we promise because we can never take back what we have been said. So, walk the talk. Wow, very nice. The 7th code, we have, do not waste thy time. Wealth can be recovered, but not time lost. No? Everyone must understand the importance of time. That's why we are always saying time is gold. We usually focus ourselves on worrying from different material things. This code of conduct tells us that treasure time because we can never take it back. At the end, we might end up having regretting for the things we were not able to do. We have make us of our time wisely. So make your time and use your time wisely. The 8th code, defend the oppressed and fight the oppressor before the law or in the field. It says that we don't have the same strengths, but we can help one another. We must choose to fight for what is right. Fight with the weak people who needs your help and comfort, and fight for those people who keep on putting others down by oppressing them. So let's be united. The 9th code, the prudent man is sparing, and the words and faithful in keeping secrets. The highlights the importance of trust and confidentiality. A wise man is a man who thinks of what he says and keeps what is needed to be kept. Or shall we say, he's a critical thinker. No, he know what is trust and also know the confidentiality. We should also remember that it's important. The 10th code, or the 10th code, on the thorny path of life, man is the guide of woman and the children, and if the guide leads to the precipice, those whom he guides will also go there. Also as needs, it means that all of us needs to be a model for everyone, because whatever they saw in us will also be followed by the people who sees us. And a true man leads his family to the right path by showing them that he is righteous. That's why, especially for those leaders, they need to be a model, because they are really a model. They are a wall of everything. If what they add, the community can look to them or can see to them, the community will follow us also. Next, we have the 11th code. The must not look upon woman as a mere plaything, but as a faithful companion who will share with thee the penalties of life. Her physical weakness will increase by interest in her, and she will remind thee of the mother who bore thee and reared thee. The principle is about woman, that every woman deserves to be respected, and no man shall see them as an object, nor as a pastime. Just like what they always say, a man who don't respect a woman do not respect his mother who gave him birth. Girls deserve to be loved with full respect and care. We know that we love our mother. So everyone, gentleman, be a gentle man. Everyone, man, we should be gentle because as we love our mother, we should love the girl that we love also. So next code, we have the 12 code. It says, what thou dost not desire done unto thy wife, children, brothers, and sisters, that do not unto thy wife, children, brothers, and sisters of thy neighbor. Every action that any man do is important. Every action has its own consequences. We must not do bad things against other people if we don't want other people do the things against us. That is the golden rule. We should always remember we should not do to others if we want others to do it unto you. So now 13th code, it states here, man is not worth more because he is a king, because his nose is aquiline and his color white, not because he is a priest, a servant of God, nor because of the high prerogative that he enjoys upon earth, but he is worth most who is a man of proven and real value, who does good, keep his words, is worthy, and be honest. He who does not oppress nor consent to being oppressed, he who loves and cherishes his fatherland, though he be born in wilderness and now to tongue but his own. So the 13th principle or the 13th code is about having the right character and good values. A man's life is not measured by what it is, his status in life, nor with the things that he possesses. Instead, it is in his character and his love for the native land. The 14th code, or the second to the last, it states here, when these rules of conduct shall be known to all, the longed-for sun of liberty shall rise brilliant over this most unhappy portion of the globe, and its rays shall diffuse everlasting joy among the confederated brethren of the same race. The life of those who have gone before the fatigues and the well-paid sufferings will remain if he who desires to enter the Katipunan has informed himself of all and believes and will able to perform that will be his duties. He may fill out an applications for admission. I'm sorry I said a while ago it's second to the last, but it is the last code. It's the last teaching that been stated on the KARTILYA ng Katipunan by EMILIO Jacinto. So it means the last code of conduct shows the desire of Emilio Aguinaldo. So as we heard that the teachings, different teachings of the KARTILYA ng Katipunan by EMILIO Jacinto has a lot of golden things that can be implemented to us, to ourselves, that we can apply as not just that was the base of rules and regulations that if you are going to be part of the Katipunan, you should follow that. But as of now in this generation, there's a lot of things also that we can put it in our heart and mind and can be implemented by the KARTILYA ng Katipunan of Emilio Jacinto. So that's all for the section 3. Again, this is James Macias reporting.